Silly. What? Ha ha ha. Silly. What?
Do we need a top show for this episode? Because seriously,
Let's
Brooke,
do it.
But we already know this episode is about quirks.
It's about quirks.
And y'all are going to know, once the episode starts, how we got there. And everybody has them.
You know you do.
You know you do. We
And
want to hear
just
about
share
it.
them with us.
And share them with us. Give it.
Slip them in my DMs. Mom's
Give it,
art
give
too.
it. That was hot. I'm surprised that we don't get more.
Right?
Why don't we get anybody sending us like dick pics or anything?
Man.
What's
You'd
wrong
think.
with you would think, right?
Look at what's happening here.
I mean, look.
Look.
If you guys were watching us on YouTube right now, you would see how hot we are. And look at this hair.
You look. What I love is you look like a doll. You look like a. What are the? You have girls. What's the doll that
American
looks
Girl
like
doll?
a girl? Yes. Who had braids in her hair and you undid them?
Oh yeah.
But you look like.
I wonder
especially
what
when
my
you had your
name would be.
glasses on.
Oh right. What would my name be if I was an American Girl doll?
Rhonda Kimberly.
Yes, it would.
Your name would be Rhonda Kimberly. You'd have books about you. What would be your story, Rhonda Kimberly?
Well, clearly I roller skate, but only in private.
Clearly. No one knows my real talent.
My real talent is roller skating.
Hey, Rhonda Kimberly, what's your quirk?
I pick my nose and feed it
Smell
to
it.
people.
I
For
smell
snacks.
glasses before I drink out of them.
Don't give away all of our secrets.
No, but I mean now that when
Yeah.
you put it into context.
Yeah, right.
Of
This
like
girl,
Rhonda
she
Kimberly.
definitely smells the glasses.
She either smells her fingers or smells glasses before
might
she
be
drinks.
everything.
She might just smell things. I bet she sniffs hair like
She's a smeller.
Biden.
He is a little bit of a hair sniffer.
There's video of him sniffing hair. Look.
But see, that's the thing. It doesn't have to be sexual, right? It
No.
could just be.
No, maybe it's a thing. He's like, maybe he knows shampoo. I mean, look, the man's old. He's been around the block.
Right.
He knows shampoos. He knows
Right.
conditioners. Maybe it's like a thing. He's like,
That's a little
little
Vidal
Purell.
Sassoon.
Yeah.
Little
That's
bit
the
of-
newer Head and
That's
Shoulders.
a J&J. Cancer. That's a cancer powder you have on, isn't it?
You should probably quit wearing that.
Maybe see that's the thing is maybe because he smells the Johnson and Johnson.
Oh,
Maybe that's what
out.
he's doing. He's actually trying to save humanity so that women aren't getting vaginal cancer
Right, from
because
the-
of Johnson and Johnson powder,
of powder.
which ironically is the same noise that your vagina makes expelling air.
Right.
As
And
it
if you
does
had
taking
powder when it expelled, it would make the same looking puff look too.
It would. It
It's
would.
like it looked like it going in and it looks like it coming out.
Oh, see, women's
a
bodies are
circle.
amazing.
Thanks for teaching us that, J&J. We would have never known.
Rhonda Kimberly knows it all. Oh my God, let's just get to the episode.
You know what? Let's find out.
Let's just do it.
Get ready for
A little bit of Mel Brooke. Ooh. Hi, Brooke.
Melanie Lee is in the
Brooklyn
house.
Sample.
Oh, oh, oh. I don't know. That was like my female
That was my-
wolf call.
Call in high school. That's not true. No one called me in high school.
Not a cat call, but a wolf call.
They were like, yeah, look at that hairy bitch.
Is that on her back or down her back?
It doesn't matter. I'm prepubescent until I'm 19, so it doesn't matter. Okay, this episode, Brooklyn.
Look, now
starts-
listen.
Look. This episode started because you read an article, and
I mean,
want you to
come
tell
on.
people about it because it led to a whole bunch of other shit
Right.
that we're gonna get into. But
Actually,
tell us-
Actually, it's a great understanding of how Melanie and I's creative mind works.
There we go.
And where it goes from an article like this to where we're going to take it. So
That's right.
there's not really a lot of rhyme or reason. I am a avid reader of Apple News on my phone. You know, I have all the little articles I like, whatever. Came across the Wall Street Journal's article, "The Battle Over Refrigerated Butter. Enough is enough." What? Oh, I have to read that.
That's in the article, right? That's the headline.
That's the title of the article.
Enough is enough.
So they go through, and it was like, is this, like, I looked around, like, are people going to come out and be like, oh, we got you?
Yeah.
No, it's like the dumbest article for Wall Street Journal. They're really talking about, like, which is better? Why do we refrigerate our butter? And I mean, you'll have to read it, but it goes on. It talks about a lady who is so passionate about her butter being out and not refrigerated, and how good her toast tasted, and how easy it was to spread the butter because it was sitting
wrong.
out. Right, but do we know this? Why is there an article about we know when you set butter out, it's softer and easier to spread. Like,
That's true.
Tell me something new, Wall Street. Let's go.
Don't you have to pay like $10 a month for that shit?
Well, but then you get an array of
You get more than
different
just the
news
butter.
organizations. It's not just Wall Street Journal. It's like through Apple News, you pay $9.99 a month, and you get access to all these articles and a bunch of magazines, digital magazines. But yeah, it's great. But I'm like, why is this happening? And a lady actually went out and was advocating that they changed the rules on that, and that she would go to trade shows and set up booths and give examples. I mean, just passionate. And I just kept thinking
about a pad.
I'm like, what is happening? So I told you about that.
Yeah.
And
it
you
brought
responded
up,
with,
right. First of all, what the fuck? And yes, because you should leave your butter out. But it made me think of, I also leave my creamer out.
well, yours is like not real cream.
Well, no. Yeah, it's the creamer. What are those called? The big.
like the
hazelnut.
yeah,
Creamer.
French vanilla.
Right. Hazelnut. Let's not fuck around. But you buy them from the refrigerated section.
Yeah.
But we don't refrigerate ours. Like, we'll put it in at the end of the night, but like 9 o'clock sometimes I'll be going to bed and be like, we didn't put the... Because it does not really need to be
preservatives.
refrigerated. Yeah, right? It's fine. It does not need to be refrigerated. We leave it out. It's just how it is. It doesn't. I learned a lot of that actually from Thailand, because they don't refrigerate their mayonnaise. And so you'll go up to a long tail to go get like a tuna sandwich or whatever, and they make it with mayonnaise that's sitting on the boat in the sun. And I was like, oh golly. And then I ate it and was like, this is delicious. I talk like that. When I was about 22,
don't care.
I talk like this all the time, especially in Thailand.
And then she shit her brains.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I died. But it also reminded me of like, how many quirks do we have, right? And I think we do a lot of things that sometimes we don't think about. And then we were like, well, let's ask a bunch of people who are put it out there in the world what people's quirks are, because some of them might be things that we're like, that's fucked up, and some of them might be things that are like, actually, I might. Like, now I know everybody's going to leave their creamer out because they know they can.
Well, I think everybody knew that you didn't have to refrigerate a stick of butter.
Well, now everyone does because of us and our podcast.
I get that French salted butter from Trader Joe's.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you
it comes
refrigerate
in a
it?
block. No, it comes in a block.
Yeah.
And I actually cut it in half, so then I have 2 sticks of butter.
Oh.
And then I put one in the fridge for later, like just to keep hard so it doesn't like soften up. But when I put that in my little butter dish, no, that thing is on the countertop. And I'm spreading the butter on the bread I'm not supposed to eat.
With a cap on it and stuff? Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, next question. Well, first of all, let me tell you something. Obviously, this article did what it was supposed to do.
Well, we're talking about it.
That's right. Okay, 2. You have children in your home.
I do.
And you have boys.
Ooh.
Are there little toast crumbs on that butter?
Actually, they
knives?
do pretty good, but sometimes, yeah. But you know what? I just go and I
Scrape it off.
scrape it and put it in the trash sometimes.
That's what I do.
If there's just a little, because I don't know how long that's been there either.
Well, I also don't know. Messy. No. So,
can I talk about messy and food? I was at Whole
Yes.
Foods today getting like a little snacky,
yeah.
and a guy walked by and he grabbed a handle and like kind of stirred something and looked at it, and then he put the spoon down, and then he looked at his hand like there was food on the handle and the food on his hand, and he licked his hand to get that off, and then was like tasting it, and then he walked over and grabbed another like different spoon at a different. I was like,
with his spit on it.
yeah, but then who
But
else
he
has
li-
been grabbing that spoon too?
Right.
And then he's like, oh, let me just. So talk about like just weird things. Isn't it interesting how people do things and you're just like, what in the hell are you thinking? But
And
to
I wonder
them,
if
it's
he
normal.
maybe didn't even realize he was doing it.
I don't think so.
I told you about my grandma when she would try on lipstick at like Sephora or the
Hilarious.
JCPenney counter, and she would like it was the samples, and she would roll it up like this. I'll roll it all the way up, and then she'd use it, and she'd put her tongue on her bottom lip.
And then rub the lipstick on the bottom lip and have
Yeah.
it all.
It was disgusting.
She was licking the lipstick.
She was licking the lipstick, and I thought, well, now I know.
And
Like I'm never.
again.
No, ever. Germies is a big one for me. Like my sister and I both have germy ones that are like we can't share bottles of water, we can't share ice cream or cereal, or no, don't fucking touch my dairy. Like,
Okay,
no.
yeah, but there's like I
can
think
see
of
people
like
spit
the
on
line.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Like
No.
dairy gets milky around the mouth, and like then you have
No,
lines like your
that's just
8th grade math teacher. You know,
it's disgusting.
the
Okay,
whole time you're licking your lips for them.
ugh, right?
You're like,
'Cause
just
they have
lick 'em,
the
just
corners.
lick your lips.
Just fucking lick up,
You have
take a sip
one-
of water.
One dot of
The one
spit,
that spreads.
and it does it, and you just keep watching because you're not sure. It only does it like every third time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a little dot of spit on the tip of their lip.
I had a science teacher that
I had a
happened
history teacher, Mr. Jones. He taught me Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia, land between two rivers. I'll never
Oh.
forget that. And there was like a whole thing. Yeah.
to.
fine.
Mesopotamia.
What are we talking about?
But this brought up
Quirks.
Quirks. First of all, when we first started talking about this, though, Brooke, you wrote Quirks.
I did.
Is that a
I
thing?
spelled
Did
it
you
wrong.
think it was? Oh,
No, Quirks.
okay.
I just spelled it wrong.
okay.
And
I
it
was
didn't
curious.
autocorrect because it's a real word.
Quirks?
Like a quirk. Like it's a yeah, it's something.
Like in a-
There's a real
Oh, well, it
Quirk
must be a real
spelled.
word.
Yeah, because it didn't autocorrect. No, I know it's quirk.
Quirk.
Like work. Like work, bitch. Quirk.
Quirk and work are spelled differently, though.
They're spelled. I think the
It's-
sound
they're
is the
spelled.
same. But
They're spelled.
they're spelled
They're both
differently.
spelled. In general, you have to
spelt.
spell them. They're spelt. Okay. A couple. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you one of mine.
Yes.
Okay. One of mine is that I have to put my left side of my body in things first. So I have to put my left sock on my right sock, left shoe, right
Oh.
shoe. I have to put left underwear leg hole, left pant leg hole, left arm goes in. I cannot start with my right side. I don't know
Interesting.
why. It makes me feel like my whole day is going to be off.
Really?
Sometimes I don't think about it because I'm just in the motion, but most of the time I think about it. I grab my pants.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's.
I don't
something.
have that kind of awareness.
Oh,
I just don't think that I. And you know what, though? I got a scare because Alzheimer's runs in my family. And I think I read an article where it said you're more at risk to having or like falling into Alzheimer's symptoms
yeah.
when you do the same thing. Probably more mindless. Like you're mindful of, you're making sure you're doing it. But when you just have a habit of showering in the same order or brush, you always brush your teeth with your right hand. So they were saying like brush your teeth with your left hand. Change up your shower routine, or like how you get it, just to
switch it up.
remember that, being aware,
So you have
right?
to think about what you're doing.
Making your brain work in a different way, keeping it kind of active. And
Yeah.
so now I notice sometimes I'm like, let's change it up a little bit. Yeah, let me
Do you think with that?
do this with my left hand.
What Alzheimer's feels like is, how when you're driving and you like have done it so many times, you go from one point to another, and
you
you're
don't
like,
remember.
oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if that's
where we go, like where our brain goes
I don't know.
in consciousness, but we're not conscious. Like,
Yeah.
we're conscious, but we're not.
When I ate
present.
too many edibles one time, I've only done it one time because
that's
I'm
why.
too fucking afraid. I know, and I was just telling Charlie I need to do drugs.
Look,
Like, I need
I'm
to
an
find
advocate.
something. I know. I'm gonna try it. Tomorrow. I'm gonna do a
Just do a little.
I'm gonna do a
little
quarter.
gummy.
And he said, just do a quarter sativa, and then we'll see.
Sativa?
What do I don't do sativa? What do I
I
do?
don't know. Sativa gives me anxiety.
Really?
Yeah, because I think
See,
I'm high
everybody-
strung.
Oh God.
Sativa
See, it's
is
gonna be
like a
mess.
daytime. Sativa is like, whoa, I got to get this done. So for people who kind of already have that about them, it can cause you to
Like
have
Adderall
anxiety.
kind of makes me go like focused. I'm so fucking focused.
Yes, but
Yeah, I
this
shouldn't do
like
Adderall.
that's why I like a hybrid or an indica, because an indica is
Indica.
calming. It's like it's the night one. But
I don't want to
it
be
doesn't-
heavy and stuff. I want to just like enjoy myself.
you still will. So a hybrid is your go-to. If you can get Pineapple Express,
Okay.
that's the hybrid you want. It's
Okay.
perfect.
Well, now everybody's learning, so that's good. It's legal out here,
Look.
so we're allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, we're
Look.
talking about it.
Look.
I'm an advocate.
So that's one of my quirks, and then I'm gonna tell you one more thing. I mean, you probably know so many things.
Yeah.
One more thing is I always smell my glass.
Oh.
Always. No matter where it comes from, I always smell my glass before I fill it. That comes mostly from like trauma, I think. So I don't know if that's necessarily a quirk or something I need to work
Like
through.
a coping mechanism.
Yeah, because things were always dirty. Like we were just talking about my aunt and uncle, great aunt and uncle who lived in Maryland. That my cousin Kelly and I went to see them with my grandparents. Long story. Wowza, was that a trip? But all of their glasses had shit all over them, like crust and things, and they all smelled like that weird smell.
Oh.
And so I
Kind
that
of
may
like
have been
a old wet rag, kind of like a.
old people farts.
They're farting in the cup and then putting it down
Listen.
real quick.
This
upside
is
down.
mine. My cup. I farted in it. It's mine.
He farts it and puts it back. He's like,
He's
can't
like-
wait for whatever her name is.
Kelly's gonna have a sip of my fart glass.
And because
you're
you never
Southern.
did, it like crusted the inside.
See, now we're figuring things out, Brooke. You're helping me
Science.
through this science. So that is one thing that I do, even at home, when it's glasses I know that have come out of the dishwasher in my own home or Charlie has washed
Interesting.
them. I still smell the glass and then fill it up.
Just in case. Well, because you get that one glass that has a smell, and then your whole drink, and then it's all,
It's fucking
it's like
over.
touched your nose, like
Nope.
yeah,
And then
no.
everything goes in the trash.
Yeah.
Everything in my house.
my face.
We move, is what we do. We just move countries.
I'm out.
We gotta start over. Shut it down. Shut it the fuck down.
Charlie's over there like shaking as he hands you a glass.
I don't want to move again.
I don't want to go.
Can't we
Oh my
just
God.
stay here? Wash the dishes better.
I know. I'll do better next time.
I know, because I don't do dishes. This is the kind of person I am, Brooke.
Well, that's probably why you got to smell it, because you weren't the one
I'll
washing
smell it anyway. I live by myself
Oh.
in Chicago and LA, and I still smell like this. But I also had cockroaches.
Is that weird
so
when
I
you go
just
to
didn't
someone's house and they hand you a glass? How do
I
you
hide it.
How do you do that?
I hide it.
secretly?
I sometimes
You're like,
I'll-
excuse me, I need to go to the restroom.
privately with my glass. I have to fart in my own glass before I drink. I had to mark it.
Could you imagine?
No, but what I do is I do it at your house too. I take the glass. I take the glass and I go, oh yeah, I'm gonna have something. I like your glasses.
But if it smelled bad, you'd be like, I don't like this.
No, take this away. You better move.
You need to go now.
No, I'll usually set it down, or I'll take the glass and just do a quick rinse. Just do a quick little rinse out.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice.
And then
There
I'll
was a
drink
little
out of it.
something in there.
No, it's just
It's fine. No
stinky.
big deal. I got it.
Something stinky in your glass.
You farted in it. I know.
It's fine. So tell me one of yours.
Really, I'm telling you, I'm so freaking boring. Unless I have just no awareness. I definitely have a thing with fire.
Oh.
Fire. Well, I like to burn, like, before I clean, I like to burn incense and candles. And before I sit down to, like, write and work, I have to light a candle or burn incense.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. The cleaning thing, I feel like it's like getting a jump start. Like, come on, let's get this old air out of here. It's dirty. Which I'm like putting.
Is that what it
I'm
does,
putting
though? It
smoke
doesn't
in.
really-
No, but to
Yeah,
me, it's
it
almost like a
doesn't really.
reset.
Right.
Like
you put.
I'm gonna clean this and let's get the air smelling good. Or I don't know what it is. I don't know why. You know what? I
Interesting.
think it's like I have. I notice it's transition things. So like when I come home and I have to start, like I've left like work day and I've gotten the kids and we've done all our run around towns, and then I come home and I got to start cooking and I have to start doing the dishes like from the day and kind of tidying up. It's like a reset. It's like all right, here we go into this next phase. But I'm an incense girl. I burn incense a lot.
That's good though. I feel like it might get you in the, because honestly, cleaning for me is also very therapeutic. Right?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
so
sometimes. No, I don't know. I get angry. If I'm
Oh,
cleaning,
do
don't
you?
fucking talk to me.
Really?
Not funny. Oh, I'm pissed.
I put my headphones on so nobody talks to me.
Well, I do that too.
Mm.
But then I'm pissed. But then they're like, Mom. You're like, what?
Ugh.
I'm here to clean my face is in a toilet right now. You know, I'm very upset by that I have to do
You
that.
sound fun.
I am.
No,
I'm a
kidding.
real good time.
I don't know I don't think I've ever seen you not fun.
Oh, come on.
No, I mean, even when we're not fun, we're still fun.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
no, I'm a goober. I wear my kids out. I'm so
Yeah.
weird. My kids
Um,
just sit there and take it. I'm so weird to them.
That's
It's
good
awesome.
though, because they're learning to be weird and they're learning to be accepting.
They're learning to accept other weird people because their mother is one.
That's
So
right.
they have to.
I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this new thing that we found. It is called Moonlight. The magic of Moonlight is simple. It's the experience of reading together with a projection on the wall. Moonlight bridges the gap between traditional and digital books. There are playful projections, vivid sound effects, and read-along features make this multi-sensory storytime a delight. Moonlight is here to help you create imagination-filled, interactive bedtimes for your whole family and make storytime magical again. Use the code Moonlight10 with our link to get an extra 10% off your purchase. It's very cool. I took my glasses off because they're hurting my ears. So I can mostly see you.
Oh,
Let's
because you
talk
don't have your
about
contacts. What's happening?
I have a contact in. It's a long story. This is a whole... Finding the right contacts for me is just a journey.
Ooh, do a commercial.
Yeah. We're
For
going on
contacts.
2 years. And the first guy that gave me contacts out here gave me hard contacts. And I couldn't get them out of my eyes and I was crying.
I think I remember that.
Oh, it was fucking awful. And then I went to another guy after 2 times with that other guy. Because he would be like... By the third time I went back to the guy because I was like, I don't really think these are working. Like something, I'm just getting dizzy and I'm getting headaches and da-da-da. I was like, and the first time you gave me the hard contacts, he's like, huh, I gave you hard contacts? That's an interesting thing for me to do. And I was like, I gotta go. Like, I gotta go. If this is not even like
You don't even know what you gave me?
Yeah.
Or why you would have done that?
And yeah, he's like, that was an interesting thing for me to do. Your first contacts you've ever worn. And I don't know.
Yeah,
why I did that.
I remember you struggling with those.
Fuck, man.
Because it was your first contacts ever. I was like, I have no idea. I tried to put a color contact in my eye one time, and I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't put my fingers in my touch my eyeball willingly.
Yeah. That's a quirk. You can't touch your eyeballs.
I mean, I can like this, but to like sit in there and
oh no, I can't even watch you do it.
Try to work it out, like try to figure it out, like pinching and then trying to put the thing in the water and then it slip out and my land in the sink and it's stuck to the side.
Yeah,
I don't want anything to do with that shit. For what?
It's horrible. I asked him if I should get eye surgery, and he was like, "No, your eyes aren't bad enough." And I'm like,
but I sure can't seem to find the perfect prescription for you.
Oh, I know. Anyway. So if there's an eye doctor out there, I could really use your help.
All right, so we've got now
study
other
optometry.
But now we have other people's quirks. We asked, you answered.
Oh yeah, give us a couple.
One person wrote that they have to have their windows in the car down at the same level. It has to be equal. When they're in the car.
Does that mean that every time they're in the car, they have to lower their windows? Or does that mean that when one is lowered, it's got to be like, no?
I think it's when one is lowered.
Okay.
Like my kids will, like if a kid rolls down a window or something first, and then like, I'm guessing you probably like over there going, let me make this all even here. I'm cold. Well, it's got to be even. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good one. I don't have to do that. I think that one is a little like. Seems like a lot of work.
It seems like a lot of work to try to figure out. I don't know if I want to figure that out.
Yeah.
Okay, so another one is that they have to wipe the toilet down before they sit down, even at their own house. So it's kind of like you with smelling glasses. They always have to wipe their toilet seat down.
What on earth is going on in that house?
I have no idea. Another person wrote that I cut off the butts of yams, but have no problem with the ends of potatoes. So there's that. Is that weird? Is it because a yam has a pinchy thing at the end that nobody wants? It gets crunchy and hard, but potatoes don't have that.
No, they don't have that, but they have eyes.
Oh, they're looking at you.
Well, they're judging you. They don't want you to trim their butts off.
Oh, they're like, look at my big bum.
Yep. And the yam's like,
I'm
blind. Cut whatever you'd want.
My butt's pointy, so I'm told.
I also don't have arms to feel. Or wipe, for that matter.
Unless you leave me in the bottom of the cupboard for a long time, and then I'll have some arms. Remember that on like COVID, and everyone's going, "Is this potato okay to eat?" And it have all its roots, and it looked like a monster.
More potatoes.
Yeah, that was bad. All right, another one we have is some of these don't make sense to me. I really don't get it.
Okay,
I love to go to bed, but I hate staying there. I'll wake up in the middle of the night begging for it to be over so that I can get up.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I feel. Oh my God!
We have some really weird listeners.
Like that? We have some really weird listeners. Ted. Are all of those Teds?
Yeah, I know,
right? That's a lot. That's heavy shit. Because like, if I'm in the middle of I will take an extra half a Benny to make sure I stay there.
She said, "Come, Prince Valium, come to bed with me."
Pink candy. Mommy has to take her pink candy before bed. Don't touch it.
It tastes like broccoli. I used to say that to my kids when I'd like have a treat and I'd be in the driving and they were real little in the back and they'd be like, "What do you have?" And I'm like, "Oh, just some broccoli, carrots." So they couldn't see me, because they were in the back.
Yeah. It doesn't smell like broccoli.
Shh. Well, that's broccoli, baby.
That was my impression of all your children.
Yeah.
I have one.
Okay.
I think I'm allowed to say who this one is from. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't really know. So Sherry, my sister, checked in, but she said this is from her daughter, Caitlin, my niece.
Okay.
Caitlin. Caitlin's quirk is when people walk too slow. Is her pet peeve. She can't fucking handle it. And I'm gonna tell you what.
When they walk too slow. And she's stuck behind or just in general? Like she's looking at someone walking slow. Like she's sitting having lunch at the mall. And she sees someone walk by slow. She's upset by that? Or just when she's caught behind them?
I'll bet both. I'll bet all.
She's like, look at how slow that person's walking. They need to get it together.
She wrote a personal essay by Caitlin. I'm just going to read you the first couple lines.
Okay. Was this for school or something?
I don't know, but she wrote an essay on it, so she feels very strongly about it. Have you ever been stuck behind what seems to be the slowest walker on Earth? If you haven't, then maybe you're the slowest walker on Earth.
Oh, my gosh.
If you are one of those people, you're about to get really offended when you hear what I have to say about your absolutely dreadful habit.
Oh, no.
Isn't
That's
that so
funny.
Good?
Yeah.
I know. It's so, that's strong feelings about.
How old is she?
She's 16.
Mel. That's your niece.
She's in 10th grade. She might be in 11th grade.
Melanie Lee.
Listen. I'm tired.
Listen, let's go to break.
Cut it. Cut that out. Best dance ever. No. I think she's 16, but she doesn't have a license. So that's what made me think like.
My kid's 17. He doesn't have his license. It's the world we're living in these days. They can Uber everywhere.
Yeah,
girl, I couldn't wait. I had the car waiting for me, like sitting in the driveway, my little $300 car, like waiting for me to turn 16 to go and get that license. And the minute I got that license, I was like, all around town in that little bucket, man. You couldn't stop me.
I wasn't allowed to get my license until I was 19 because I was always grounded.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding. I was grounded all the time. I was grounded for asking to wearing shorts too early in the season. That's what
You're grounded.
Like grounded. Like go to your room grounded. So I wasn't allowed to get, although I think part of it was like maybe my grades were low. I don't know.
Mel, it might have been an accumulation of things.
Oh, I'm sure. The hate.
Like, I'm only yelling because I've told you 10 times or whatever.
Exactly. Gray got me the other day with his, like, I told you about how he's going to be like a womanizer and all this shit.
Oh, yeah.
And yesterday he was playing a game and him and Cece were playing together and they were making characters and all these things. And I was like, all right, guys, come on, time to go to bed. I'm going to read your story. And he was like, oh, but I'm playing with my sister.
Oh, my god.
And he was crying so hard. And I was like, okay, bud, okay. Just 10 more minutes. And Charlie looked at me. He was like,
oh.
Because then he was like, he just fucking got you. And I was like, no, he's serious. And he was like, look at him. And he was like, come on, Cece, let's go over here. So he was fucking fine. And he got me. I am so screwed. I'm really trying, though, to make him not.
No, it's okay. It's like, if he doesn't grow out of it and it progresses into a more mature way of manipulating, then,
I mean, and here's the thing.
He's a little boy.
He's probably gonna, like, if he screws over women and stuff like that, he's gonna always love me.
You are his first
and that's
love.
Really all that matters.
It's really all that does.
So
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody else has quirks
I have one more
listening. Oh.
Well, you know Charlie sneezes like 3 times it's actually twice. He sneezes twice every time he sneezes and he shakes the entire house and it's something.
It's always in twos. It's always in pairs.
It's always in twos, although we just had COVID and it was 3 during COVID, which was funny because we all noticed it. He would sneeze 3 times in a row during COVID, and now once we're still testing positive, but we're not symptomatic anymore. And if he sneezes now because of allergies or whatever, it's 2.
Not funny.
Yeah. I also got my period a second time during COVID.
What is Well,
right? That's weird.
We're of the age,
to get your period twice a month?
Well, we're getting to where we're not regular anymore, Mel, because the eggs are drying up.
All right, I have 2 more. End of episode. Weeping. 2 more. Charlie.
Your
I'm
husband.
saying this one. I don't care. Yeah, Charlie, my husband. He hates being shocked. Hates it, like in his body core.
Like an
hates being
electric,
shocked.
like actually
A shock.
the electricity, and it pricks you, and
Yeah, like in the winter when you touch stuff. So he actually carries around one of those little things.
What things?
To touch things before. There's like these little
What are you
metal
talking
things you
about?
carry around to touch something before you touch it so that you don't get it shocks that thing and not you.
What?
I'm not kidding you. There's like a mechanism for this.
I don't understand.
They don't make anything to smell like glasses ahead of time, but they
Right.
make little shocky things. So he carries it
Weird.
around with him because he hates it so much. And then he was telling me this morning, he was like, actually, he flicks things quickly before he touches them. So he'll walk around, especially
Oh,
like at
to
the grocery
like
store,
to
outside,
already
he'll, like, flick
activate it? Yeah.
Yeah. He'll flick it and then he'll touch something.
Oh man.
So can you imagine looking at him in a grocery store where he's flicking every single thing before he touches it, and you're like, oh, that poor Asian guy. He's tall and handsome,
got a
but boy,
tick.
is his brain fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's ticky.
He's ticky.
Mhm.
And then Melissa, this I know about Melissa, our nurse. When we were growing up, our parents or moms mostly they would freak out if the scissors were gone. Oh, freak out. Because somebody took the scissors and I have a present to wrap, and then everybody's scrambling around the house to find the pair of scissors. And you're like, and right now I'm sweating just by talking about it because I know the feeling of my mom looking for the scissors, and you're like, and Melissa
You're like,
was
who did it?
If someone found it in their room,
And you're trying to remember if you took it into your room and you
my
forgot
God,
about
and the
it.
dread going in there thinking that it was you. Like, God, I hope I don't find him in my room. I hope I don't find him in my room. So she sent me a picture of her drawer, and she has like 14 pair of scissors in her silverware drawer. Because
I
she
have
just
4.
is like,
For the same reason.
We have like 6. Almost every time I go to Target, I get a pair of scissors because I'm like, I can't.
Look, gotta have
that-
scissors that you'll never
That's
use.
like trauma.
But you know what? At least you have backup scissors when you buy the new pack of scissors, because the only way you can get into the pack of scissors is if you have scissors. So if you're buying scissors and you don't have scissors, you might as well fucking throw those in the trash.
Just throw them in the
Because
trash.
you'll never be able to open them. It's never gonna. They have some like alien seal around
Why
that.
do they do that?
I don't know.
They
Not
do it
even
to kids'
knives.
toys too.
It's so dumb. They're like, no, you will not get this toy out. Like, you know, always know those moms that were just tired, or the moms or dads, and like the cardboard is still like on the bottom. Like, yeah, it's fine. It'll
fine.
fall off eventually.
Santa still had cardboard on the bottom. Yeah.
And zip
Santa has cardboard
ties.
so they stand up straight. Cardboard stays on there. It's to remind you that Santa's village came from. His cardboard village.
His cardboard village. You know, where the cardboard comes from. The cardboard village.
Comes from Santa's, yeah.
It's always forgotten, that town, that little village. They never remember the cardboard.
No one remembers Santa's cardboard village. We don't celebrate it like Jesus and how we should.
Jesus and Santa and the North Pole, and it all makes sense.
It's about Jesus. Like the cross was wood, and the thing, like wood,
It's
cardboard.
just
It's all about
cardboard.
Jesus.
Cardboard
Jesus.
manger.
Wood. Christmas. That was our through line.
Just, oh my God. We need help. Someone help us.
Need help. I know we're gonna think of more things, and honestly, I'm interested in what other people will bring to the table because I want to hear other people's quirks because I feel like they're hilarious to me.
Yeah, I wonder too if it's like, is it a quirk or is it a habit? Right. Some of the things I was thinking about, like when I go to bed, I always roll over on my right side. I sleep on my right side,
Yeah,
and I have my hand like under
that
my
why your
pillow.
eye is different on that side.
Maybe.
I wonder.
Like all that. Well, you'd think it'd be up higher. Instead, it's like,
Well,
look.
no, it's tired though. You stretch it out this way, and so it like has to go back to normal. But now there's so much skin that it like
because
hangs
it
lower.
pulled, and so then it's
Yeah.
like falling, and oh my.
We're doing it to ourselves.
I need
wonder
to
if
sleep
that's
on
why-
my left side.
Maybe that's why I'm getting creases over the top of my lips, is because I'm smelling too many glasses.
Oh, you don't even know you're doing it. Because you go like this. You pucker your lips when you smell.
I do. I walk around like this.
Like you have a cat's
I need to get
butthole for
filler.
a lip.
I want to try to
No.
get filler. In my
Remember,
lip.
we talked about this in Panama. Remember that? We are like, we're going to try it. We're just going to get a
I know.
little bit. And
That's
I've
because it was
never
like
done it yet.
$3
Right.
to get a
That's-
facelift.
That's true. And a new
I was
butt
too
and
afraid, though.
boobs.
Mm.
Nobody does
And your
boobs,
eggs
though.
frozen.
Yeah.
They have a bundle.
I heard
Do you want the
stories.
bundle?
I heard stories of people like just doing too much.
Yeah.
Like literally, they were told it was going to be fine, but they did too much in one session, and then it was like ridiculous recovery, horrible
I feel
because
like,
they did too much in one session.
well, and you can tell the people that have the same surgeon out here, like between Nicole Kidman and Meg Ryan, and they all have the same. And-
well, they need to move on.
Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox and stuff. You can tell that they all have the kind of the same surgeon.
Courtney
because
Cox
they're-
looks like a weirdo.
I
I'm not trying to
know.
shame women, but
No,
like
I know, but
we need to calm down. Somebody needs to
And-
calm. It's one thing to get a little sprinkle here and there. Like mine's more like preventative. I like to get a little Botox.
we're not also
Just
not
a
over 50,
preventative.
so maybe
You know, that's true. But I feel like you do it subtle. Like you do subtle changes. Not where it's changing your entire
do you think I should still get
face.
filler though? Can I try to get filler and
I
see?
say you try whatever the hell you want. You can do it. I want to. I'm trying to do it.
I'm not gonna get like a facelift now. Maybe in a couple years. But
See what
'Cause I
we
feel
deal
like
with
I-
as women.
if I just got a little pinch up here. Anyway,
Well, if you got filler right there on your cheekbones, it would lift.
I'm nervous about Cat Lady though.
Yeah, but she went overboard. She got like implants and shit.
But once you do it, does your face stretch out? And then when the filler goes away, it like
no, look at Black
sags
China.
worse.
Black China, she had all that filler, and she had it dissolved, and she got rid of it because she didn't.
But
like,
did she have to get her skin tightened with like a facelift to like?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
She's still young. Like her skin is
And she's
Like,
black.
elastic, like tight and elasticity.
Yeah, she has
We
like
don't have any.
beautiful. Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
suntan to look like a normal human being,
Yeah,
and she's just beautiful all the time.
I just wear bronzer. And then
Oh.
all my freckles are turning into basically sunspots that are starting to form and come together.
Yeah.
So it just looks like one big brown spot. Now I just look tan.
All the time.
Because from far away, it's
Oh, yeah.
not blended. But when you get up close, you're like, oh,
Oh,
shit.
those are freckles.
She's got.
No, they look
Sun-
like freckles though.
They're
That's
not.
good.
I
I have
did-
freckles all over my chest.
That's
They're
what I was gonna
definitely
say.
freckles.
I did I did Snapchat just for fun. We'll do the little filters. I don't really ever post anything. But you know how
Same.
it'll like do your face and airbrush it and make it all
Yeah.
smooth. But then
Yeah.
my chest, I had a V-neck shirt on and my chest had like all these freckles and age spots and I was like, oh,
Creepy, yeah.
there.
Oh,
There it
we're
is.
so pretty.
we are. Look at us. No, we
My
are.
new
we
quirk
are
is gonna be-
gorgeous.
Plastic surgery whenever I want it.
That's our new quirk.
It's gonna be my new quirk.
You better quirk,
Uh,
bitch.
You better quirk, quirk. That was not a good song. I am super white, and it's fine. All right. Thank you guys for listening.
And it's quirk.
Moms are too.
Got something to tell ya
Right now.
today.
Oh.
Remember that time you picked up a tent on the side of the highway, and you thought you thought the car up the street on the side of the road with all the stuff had lost it. So you went to get it, and you tried to give it back, but they were gone.
Yeah.
It's like you like passed them, and
Yeah.
then you saw them on the side of the road, and you kept driving. You saw a tent. So you turned around and you picked up the tent, and you with like drove to them because I guess they had a bunch of stuff in their car anyway, but they were gone.
Yeah.
And then you were like, well, now I have a tent. And so you said, well, you know what? It's fine. I'll just sell it in the, in our neighborhood garage sale, unless it smells. And then she said she doesn't want to be known as the smelly people.
Because they didn't know that it wasn't my tent.
Right. She's like, the tent smells now.
Listen,
like
I did
she
my-
got it home. She's like, I'm like, what are you going to do with that tent? She said, I'm going to sell it in the garage sale unless it smells. Because if it smells, then everyone in the neighborhood's going to think I smell. And so, no, I won't sell it. And then you went, and it's a big ass tent.
I sold that motherfucker for her $150.
Ew. Yeah.
I tried to chase him down.
And she Febrezed it.
Moms are too.